Hey guys, welcome back to the Confirm RM YouTube channel. Hope you guys have had a good one. Getting ourselves back into just looking at the crypto market, seeing what's going on, what the heck's been happening, and just I can just say the absolute just in the past month has just been kind of waddling sideways, at least for Bitcoin and others. But now we're starting to see some movement out of altcoins. What we're seeing is a Bitcoin dominance. It kind of just push its way to the downside, along with that of Ethereum. So you can see here, we're actually getting the nice knockback here in Bitcoin's dominance. Look at Ethereum as well, it's just been in a continual decline. So we're starting to see altcoins take over. We're seeing that total 3 popping up here. We're getting right back to where we were over here in July. That's nice to see. What we want to see ourselves is actually get right through that region. Around that $650 billion. Then we can actually see us have some breath open up in the market, see the rest of us just see, I don't want to say low caps, but a lot of like lower cap just investments go up. Rather, looking at like the Russell. So we're battling here still to Russell. We were talking about this last time in July when we got around here. We're like, oh goodness, we need to get through here to be able to see the rest of the market kind of flourish, see ourselves really open up for expansion. And we're kind of like right there. We're at our retrace because we came down, retraced upwards, came back down for that consolidation, and now we're back here again. So this should be that sense of just euphoria for it. It should break through this region and then seek itself to a better high side, which I think if we zoom out here, this is where the Russell had hit its all-time high. Now we're back up here. We're actually holding for support, and now we should really see it push itself upwards. So maybe if we want to zoom in a little bit better and then take ourselves a nice little trend line here, and even take a trend line here on the top. You could go from the top here across if you want to use a really longer term, but I don't know if I would necessarily go with that. But we have sort of like a W bottom here, come back down on top, and then we're going to see ourselves kind of push. But if we're going to follow this, you would see a total breakout of the Russell here happening by mid-October, around the 10th to the 15th. Obviously, it doesn't have to adhere by that, but you'd see it actually push its way upwards. If you were to grab our Fibonacci, kind of throw it down here, you can see that we're on that way for continuation that could really develop within October. They call it October, but that's something worth noting for you guys to really notice. But what is definitely worth telling you guys is this. We just slapped up here, set an all new time high for the DJI. DJI is usually very correlative to the NAS. You see the NAS doing a nice push upward right now. Right now, I'm trying to see that correlation that we could have with the NAS. Because yesterday, on actually Friday rather, we had a nice knockback here down to around the top of the 786. Now we actually see the NAS starting to push its way back up. So what I'm expecting is to see the NAS do something similar that the DJI just did. You have that same sort of wave count flying back up and then actually pushing upwards and setting all-time high. And that's usually what we see for the NAS. The NAS follows that of the DJI because they're pretty well linked. But I wouldn't say that the Russell is linked to them. Usually, when you start to see the knockbacks in the NAS and the SPX and the DJI, you're going to see the NAS, the Russell 3000 kind of go. But it's something worth noting. But what we're seeing the past 2 days, if we go here to daily candles, and yeah, it looks like craziness, but XRP been kind of pushing itself up. If we were really to measure this move, you'd see it's up around 11%. If we were to compare like Bitcoin past 2 days right here, Bitcoin's only up about 1.5. So XRP is just ripping out here. As you can see, it flew, it went up. And if we were to go here on to a 4-hour, this is what I'm looking at. Something like this. Go actually here to a 1 hour. It actually might be easier to see. I'm looking at if it breaks out of this parallel channel, gets through around that 64.5, 64.7. You can actually see up there to around 67. Really by even, well, tomorrow. Yeah, it could get that. what I'm thinking. If we're able to hold on top of this trend line, which would happen till later into tonight, you'd see tomorrow, Monday, with the XRP up there around 67 cents. But as we know, guys, XRP likes to move, and XRP ain't a slow mover by any means when it actually starts to run. So that's why I'm like, this is what I'm looking for at. When you see the rest of the market kind of just trending sideways and you see XRP moving, that's usually a good indicator that there's something going to be happening with the altcoin market. I wouldn't even care if Bitcoin decided to start flying up, but you can see XRP is strong buy here on the 1 hour, strong buy on the 4, and a strong buy on the daily. Even on the minute, like almost every chart is screaming that. You can see Bitcoin's not as, it's just saying buy. So as you know, it's just been waddling. There's nothing crazy at the moment for it to kind of tell us anything different. But what we can see here is that we had some sort of parallel channel happen here for a while. Perhaps, actually, no, I see it still adheres by it, but you could decide to go, oh, I'm going to go from the top here and go through here. And you can see it's popped out of it, but I don't know. I don't really necessarily like this. I mean, if I were to do anything, it'd be kind of sort of offset like this, which would kind of give Bitcoin an idea of a possibility of if it were to break out now up to 69,000, sorry, 79,000. But to me, that seems this parallel channel doesn't seem exactly right. But I don't know. I am on that spectrum of we basically need to get through that 67,000 before I can even say 73, but there's a heavy resistance here at that 72. So I don't have much in my respects for what Bitcoin's going to be doing. I really don't care. I'm looking at altcoins. I'm sure you guys have seen SHIB, but absolutely just flying up there. You can see I haven't really done much TA on this in a while, but look at that. I love how it's held my low here for however long ago I made this over here back in February and showing here in May of 22. Just that same low holding, and then you see this nice W bottom. You're going to wind up seeing a nice you're going to see this nice W bottom. You're probably going to see a retrace down here on think that with SHIB at least, or SHIB. I say SHIB. Shiba Inu. Why, I don't understand why they call it SHIB. It doesn't make much sense to me at all. Heck no. But regardless, guys, that's at least my thought process, at least when it comes to like that. But let's see, how else is the market doing? I think ADA was doing pretty decent, but let's see, AVAX doing well. Finally getting back. Let's see, to that low. Jesus. But it's good to see it retracing and getting back. I mean, it hasn't been in there since June, so now it's actually starting to retrace and get back there. But we were mostly concerned about XRP and it pushing. Gold just up there, as you guys know. I mean, even on short term, I see gold maybe get up to 2720, pushing up there. And then I think that's really it. I mean, if it were to go full super cycle, go crazy, maybe 2830. But really, in all honesty, from where it is right now, to get an extra 6%, but with the risk of seeing from here falling, you got another 14 to 20% downwards. I mean, gold has done its run, and I just kept throwing on different fibs to see what was correct, but to me, this seems to be what the full move. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't think any much more. It's kind of like Bitcoin, where everyone's talking about, oh, it's going to go to 80,000, it's going to go to 90,000, 100,000. I mean, from here, that's not much compared to, let's see, like where we are here, 35% to 86, and 100,000, you're looking at another 50%, or 40%, which, okay, yeah, that's a substantial gain. That's cool. But when you look at something at like XRP and such like that, I mean, we have upwards potential up there to $3 to $5 for this cycle. And I just see the more potential over there. I haven't really been looking too much at what Bitcoin's potential in quotations could be for such. But regardless, you see the market opening up. You see us needing to get over here with XRP. You're seeing the DJI make all new times highs again. You're seeing the NAS push its way upwards. You're seeing the Russell push its way upwards, holding here for continuation. Just everything's lining itself up. The Fed's going to be wind up pumping more money into the market. You said a Japanese market kind of almost just tank, and then the People's Bank of China coming in there and just pumping money into the market, and I believe even giving uh, banks the ability, or companies the ability to buy their own stock back. You have a lot of economies pumping money into themselves in order to keep them afloat, which would make sense. You also have an election this year here in the United States, so it's just there's so many factors of why they wouldn't want it to fail. So at least that's my thought process. Obviously, they're going to be scaring everyone, and the slight liquidations that may happen to the downside. Obviously, they're just there to kind of freak people out and scare them. But look at that, we just got the close for the day. XRP just got those two massive candle closes. I actually haven't seen something like that since over here in early September. Oh, that was after the crash from there to there, about 20% crash. And then we got our nice retracement. What are we at right now? 13%, closed at 9% for 2 days. Not terrible, but I hope you guys are being kept on your toes. It's definitely going to be something interesting to see us doing just coming into the latter half of the year, quarter 3 to quarter 4, and even quarter 1 of next year. There's a lot going on, and I'm definitely excited to see what winds up transpiring. But it looks like the latter half of this year, and Uptober, as everyone likes to call it, is definitely winding itself in for something spectacular. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Sorry, I've been around, but all right, guys, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next one.